Welcome to another beautiful tutorial from Mr. channel. At the end of today's video, you'll be able to draw a beautiful grid, which is the mastermind behind the design you're seeing on the screen right now, without supervision of anybody, a grid of any scale. I am Olabanjo Isaiah. Please consider clicking the like, share, and subscribe button if you find the content of this video a value-adding one, and also leave me a comment in the comments section below. Believe me, these are my muscles that will encourage me not to bring just videos to you, but video with well improved content. Thank you very much. So let's go straight into it. The first thing we are going to be looking into is the definition of grid. What is grid? Grid is a rectangular array of squares or rectangles of equal size and sides, just like we do see in our crossword puzzle games and our chessboard. That's what grid is. In this video, we'll be drawing grid of length and width 0.5 inch, that is half inch. And if you remember vividly, in one of our previous discussions in Pleat Manipulation video, we discussed something we call interval. What is interval? Interval is the distance between. So if someone should ask, what is line interval? That is distance between two lines. Point intervals, the distance between 2 points. Interval simply means distance between. So the concept is what we are going to be using to draw our grid. Now I'm marking points at intervals of 0.5 inch. That is 0.5 inch distance from each other. Now this is what we have. Can you see that? So the next thing I'm going to do is to repeat the same action now at another point on the same vertical line. And in our previous discussion, I mentioned the reason for this repetition of action, that we may be able to get not just straight lines, but lines that are very parallel to each other, that are equidistant. We are going to repeat the action again on the same vertical line, but at another point on it. The minimal times at which you can repeat this action is 3 times. The results are always better if it is more than 3. If you can do it 4 times. Now it's time to start connecting your dots with your meter rule, with your straight ruler. You have to ensure that those dots are sitting well on your meter rule before ruling. Now we have successfully completed our vertical lines or horizontal, whichever it seems to you, it's still the same. Now we have successfully drawn one type of lines out of 2. Now moving forward is to draw the one that we divide these lines, that will intersect these lines at 90 degrees. that is, lines that are perpendicular to the parallel lines that we already have. So the procedure is still the same, just like we did at the beginning, just that this time you will ensure that your points are resting on either of those drawn lines. Now we have to repeat the action again. Remember, the reason for this is not to get straight lines, because our meter rule is straight, but to get lines that are very parallel to each other, that are equidistant. Now this is what we have. You can see the points marked at intervals of 0.5 inch. Let's assume a case where you want your own grade to be 1 inch by 0.5. I believe you should know what to do. That is, on one side you mark your intervals at 0.5, while on the other side you mark your intervals at 1 inch. This way you get grid with rectangles of 1 by 0.5 inch. Now the next thing to do is to start connecting our dots with our straight ruler. I switched to small size of ruler for conveniency. For this way, it is very easy for me to connect my dots, unlike the long metal rule where I try to let the whole dot sit on the metal rule before rolling. So whichever is convenient for you, you are good to go. But it's like I'm doing better with this small size of metal rule. The procedure is still the same. Someone want to ask, are we using all of this fabric just for this small design? The answer is no. I'm doing this much for the sake of the tutorial and for my subsequent uses of this pattern. We are only using little of it for this design. I believe even now you have a closer view of what has been happening so far. Nothing serious. We are just connecting dots. So this is pretty much trick on how grade is being drawn. If you find the content of this video a value adding one, please consider clicking the like, share and subscribe button. if you haven't done so, and also leave a comment for me in the comment section below. So in the next video, we are going to be discussing what we are going to do to this grid that we have here in order to achieve this. Thank you very much for watching. See you again in the next video.